Hello and welcome to my video. Today I'll be talking about my journey as a young, frightened singer-songwriter that had absolutely zero confidence and then developed clinical anxiety. Now, I made a complete hash of dealing with my anxiety as a young, frightened singer-songwriter, but hopefully my story will help you to do better than I did. Now, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy my videos. Your support is extremely important to me and will mean I can carry on learning and improving my channel. Now, I've always been a bit weird. As a child, I was very shy and reserved and never wanted to be outspoken or seen. My wonderful music teacher, Mr. Fowler, had other ideas and encouraged me to play my clarinet in the school's production of Jonah Man Jazz and got me to help write some lyrics for a tune called Eye Level, if you remember Eye Level. That was then recorded by our local radio station, which was BRMB, with the whole school singing. So I was a daydreamer and couldn't focus on anything for very long. Nowadays, I expect I would be diagnosed with a long list of things like ADHD, OCD, etc., etc. But in the 70s, we were just told to get on with things or we would be punished. Slipper or cane or whatever else. Right. Every one of my school reports said, could do better. And at senior school, I was put in front of my parents, the school head, and a child psychologist because no one could work out why my schoolwork was so bad. I think this probably started my anxiety off. Anyway, during this time I managed to get hold of my friend's classical guitar and learned to play along to a few Shadows tracks. Now, anxiety didn't exist as a diagnosis in the 70s, well, not really, as most of the time doctors just said, it's your nerves, and then prescribed you with Valium. My doctor did just that and sent me away with a bottle of tranquilizers strong enough to put a horse to sleep. So I took one, turned into a vegetable, and spent the next month in bed feeling much worse. I finally pulled myself together and got through school by doing as much music as I could. Now, I did chamber choir, orchestra, swing band, and when I was at home I practiced my guitar, not my clarinet, as that was boring. I left school, got a dead-end job and started to learn to play the drums with a wonderful teacher called Malcolm Garrett. And then I started to write songs. I wrote loads of songs, but only played them to a select few that kept telling me I was okay. Now, some of us singer-songwriters find it extremely difficult to accept any form of praise, and I was no different. I decided that being a drummer in a band may be easier to do than standing out front with my guitar, so I became a drummer. I now realise I wanted to be a singer on a stage, but for me that seemed impossible as I had no confidence in myself and I thought I would forget the words and have a panic attack in front of everyone. I just couldn't do it, so I didn't. Unfortunately, I thought I was an average drummer, so I didn't really have much confidence in my drumming either. So I then decided I couldn't do what I wanted to do and trained as an electronics engineer doing music in my spare time. One frustrating thing was that when you write your own songs and someone says something like, "Hey Gavin, you can play the guitar, can't you? Play us a song." I then stand in silence because, well, one, I don't want you to hear my music really, and two, I don't play cover songs either. At that time, I thought playing cover songs was like giving your soul to the devil, so I was stuck and I couldn't do anything. So, as you can see, I was quite convinced that I was not going to be able to make it as a singer-songwriter. Now, many other things have happened in my music career, but I'll leave these to another video and we'll just move on a bit. So then I realised, after 40 years trying to get my confidence issues sorted, that my songs were probably reasonable. I was even told by respected professional musicians that they were really good and that I should record and get them out and about. But I still didn't feel comfortable doing this on my own. So I worked with other people that reworked my music and tried to put their stamp on it. Now, I found this to be a great experience, loved it, but I still wasn't sure I liked what I heard. Well, my music was my music, and I wanted to do it my way. So when COVID hit, I did just that, and I released my first album to the world via a wonderful company called One Media IP down in Pinewood Studios, followed by my second album that I recorded at Abbey Road Studios, and now my third acoustic album recorded here in my home studio. Just before I decided to release my music to the world, I had a massive breakdown and sought help for my anxiety, something that I had put off for far too long. So the moral of this story is that if you have anxiety and it's getting in the way of you performing on stage, there is a way to get on the stage via YouTube from the comfort of your own home. So don't just wait around hoping things will improve by themselves, because I can tell you they won't change unless you seek professional help. Anxiety must be addressed as soon as possible. But in the meantime, why not start a YouTube channel and practice from the comfort of your own home, with no one watching? One thing I would say, though, is that you need to ask an independent person that has experience before you release your music to the world. It needs to be a music teacher or someone with experience in the industry, though, as you will then you'll feel more comfortable getting it out and about. So don't ask friends or family, as they wouldn't want to hurt your feelings. And never pay any online service to check your music out, as they only want your money and wouldn't care if you sounded like a wounded hippo. Finally, my music helped me to feel much better, and it will help you too. So don't worry about letting other people listen to it, as most of them wouldn't know a good song from a bad song anyway. If you are suffering from anxiety, then get some professional help and take things slowly. But whatever you do, don't think that you can't do what you want to do, because with the right support, you can do anything.